We're not talking about anyone on the Dallas Mavericks. We're not talking about anyone else on the OKC Thunder. We're not talking about Paul George. We're not talking about Steven Adams. We're not talking about any of those guys. The player that we have to talk about today is Russell Westbrook. See, Russell Westbrook in this game was awful. 4 of 22 from the field. 9 points. Didn't get a triple-double, but he did have 6 steals, so the effort on the defensive end was there. And after this game, after Russell Westbrook lost this game, by the way, he was the one taking the 3 with 1.7 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter to try and win the game. I don't know why they drew up a play for Russell Westbrook when he was 4 of 21 from the field at that point. But anyways, after Westbrook did indeed go on to miss the last shot of the game, he then went to the media and took complete blame for this loss for OKC. And not just for this loss, but for how the OKC Thunder and himself have been playing in general as of late. As he said that he has been complete trash for about the last month and that he owes it to his teammates to be better. And that one of the things that he prides himself in the most in is how consistent he is on the offensive end. Now, when Russell Westbrook says consistent, he doesn't mean shooting and scoring, because he says that stuff comes and goes on a nightly basis in the NBA, and that's just how it works. What he means when he says that he's the most consistent player is that on a consistent basis, he is the player that goes out there and gives the most effort and gives the most energy. Now, when you think of it like that, it's right. That's exactly what Russell Westbrook does. If we're talking about just a player on the offensive end that goes out there and asserts himself the most, gives the most effort, the most energy, everything he has, then yeah, Russell Westbrook might have my vote as the most consistent offensive player in the NBA. And now knowing that that's Russell Westbrook's definition of what it means to be a consistent offensive player, you can now kind of see what he was saying in a different light. Russell Westbrook didn't look at his 4 of 22 from the field, 9 points, 8 assists, and 6 steal game and say, I only made 4 out of my 22 shots. He didn't see that at all. What he saw was he wasn't giving the same amount of effort and energy into how he plays, and that's why he missed so many shots. Russell Westbrook was saying that for the past month or so, I haven't been as consistent with my energy as I have been my entire career. And that is why I feel bad. That is why I feel like I'm letting my team down, because I'm not giving my all. And to me, I don't know, but that was just so strange, because when I saw that headline and I saw that Russell Westbrook thinks that he's been letting his teammates down and was apologizing to his teammates, I was thinking, well, yeah, he should be. The man went 4 of 22 from the field. He keeps having these off nights. Why on earth would Russell Westbrook keep shooting if he's 4 of 21 from the field? What made him think that it was okay for him to take that last shot? But now that you realize that for Russell Westbrook, it's literally all about energy and effort on the basketball court, and everything else comes second to that, I can kind of see why Paul George stayed in OKC. As even though Russell Westbrook might be one of the most frustrating basketball players to watch at times, like he might be so infuriating with the way he plays sometimes. For example, last night when he went 4 of 22 from the field and only had 9 points and the Thunder's 2-point loss to the Dallas Mavericks. That's one of those games where people really like to dig into Russell Westbrook and call him the problem child for OKC, say he needs to change his ways, all this other stuff, when that isn't who Russell Westbrook is. Russell Westbrook's a player who typically gives it his all on every single night. Every single night he comes in and gives it at all. Up until recently, I suppose, because he just admitted that he hasn't for about the past month. And on top of that, most people who play with Russell Westbrook who don't cross the trust of Russell Westbrook, such as Reggie Jackson or any other player that had a Reggie Jackson-like experience in OKC, they still really like Russell Westbrook, because Russell Westbrook as a person is the type of person who, if you're close to him, you're one of his friends, you haven't betrayed his trust in any way, I'm not gonna say anyone in particular, he's gonna have your back forever. And that's what PG saw in him, I guess, that really made him want to stay with the OKC Thunder. And of course, that's why OKC fans are so passionate about defending Russell Westbrook whenever someone's talking down upon Russell Westbrook, because as a player, yeah, the guy has his flaws. He has a lot of flaws. But as an actual person, he seems to be a pretty great person. He's been loyal to the franchise. He's loyal to his friends that don't cross him. He's loyal to his coach. He's loyal to the organization. Seems like a great guy off the court.